Hello, everybody. Hello. First day of summer here in the U.S. 21st day of June. Happy summer. Happy summer wherever you are. I know in the Southern Hemisphere it's winter. Here it's summer. And it's very hot in California, as you all heard. We're burning up out here. It's really true. How are you guys doing? I just left my yoga. Finished yoga. So I'm in a lovely space. Savasana. Come on in. Hello, Jacqueline. Catherine's Kane. Hello from Portland, Oregon. Hello, darling. It's hot up there in Portland. I bet it is too, right? It's a strange time we're living in, isn't it? Hello, Tippy, Julie. Hello. So, okay, Risa, Franco, jump on. Beautiful solstice. Yes, it's solstice. It's a solstice. It's winter solstice for some, summer solstice for us in the Northern Hemisphere. And it's a pretty special day. Cool, Illinois. Staten Island. How was New York? Thank you, everybody, for joining me. Thank you. I live in an area known as Encinitas, which is northern San Diego County. And where I am, it's a little further inland. So I'm a little bit more, it's been hot here, but not like the rest of the state or this western part of the country up in the U.S. But it's a strange time. It's breaking history records. Renee, the producer, was just talking with me. He's in Lake Tahoe, it was 110 there. It's strange. So I think that now we can finally pay attention to what's going on with the poles are melting. You think there's some shifting? I think so. Good afternoon. Hello, Margaret. Hello, Larry. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Thank you very much for joining, everybody. I thought today hi, Susan Wilkinson. Only 9 degrees in Sacramento today. That's cool, right? You are not in the front of this. You are not in your screen. You're not in focus on the screen. Really? It seems like I'm in focus. The camera seems okay. We'll check on that, though. Yeah, all the West Coast is hot. Happy solstice. So tonight I'm going to be doing a special meditation on both sides now and beyond. It's right here on Facebook and YouTube here and on this channel. And you can come tonight at 6 o'clock my time, Western time, Pacific Standard Time. And I'll be with Kelly White, and we're going to talk about the art of meditation and the benefits of meditation, what meditation will do for you, the healing aspects of meditation that there is right there. Both of them. It's the art of meditation. And I'm going to do a meditation that kind of goes with today's theme I'm going to talk about right now, which is expansion. So I had a wonderful weekend this weekend. I was sometimes when you just open yourself up and surrender. And today I want to talk about this. What I talk about is I often talk about surrendering, right? And when you surrender and you release restrictions, that's what it's about, restrictions, releasing restrictions, opening up. Because the more we can let go, the more can come in. So even with the emotions of fears and traumas, things that have happened, there's a tightness in the body. There's a tightness in the energetic body. It holds back and things can be released. And we get into this space and this pattern of restriction. So it's letting go of restrictions in life. So when I talk about surrender or restriction, same thing, just a different name, different label. But the more in our life that we open ourselves up to that expansion, and I often have gotten by in my life by looking at things from a perspective of I let go and let God. And it is what it is, and that's all that it is. I'm not going to make more of it emotionally than it is. It is what it is. So if we just observe things as they are and not get caught up in the emotion of it, because sometimes it's not our stuff, it's somebody else's stuff. So why do we make it our stuff? So all that we're responsible for is this right here, ourselves, loving ourselves. And as we love ourselves and expand that love of self, don't restrict the love of self, you'll find that other people in your life You can encourage, you can love them in ways that you've never loved them before. There's a magnetism, there's an energy that they'll feel. So if you're a mother or father or partner, you'll feel, the kids or the people in your life will feel that energy. So I've been doing that a lot since COVID, staying in and learning about, not learning, but remember about expansion and not letting go of restrictions and all different aspects of my life. And the moment I allowed myself to do that, things were freed up amazingly in my life in ways I didn't know about. Things started coming into my life that I never thought about, but things started coming into my life. People came into my life. Other people left my life because, again, there's a shift in energy. What you think becomes your reality. And where you live, which is energetically where you live, where you put yourself out there, that's what you're going to experience. So I learned of letting go of restrictions, surrendering. And with that surrendering, with the breath, expansion, and exhalation, and with yoga certainly helps with getting in touch with the body, and that we are responsible really for we're soul beings having this human experience, but we can certainly get very comfortable in the human body, in our body, and our mind, and our soul. And a real restriction a lot of people tend to have is when they give up control, when they give away their power to their parents, when they're young children, to their spouses, to friends, to employers. When we get away from who we are and we try to live someone else's life, we'll never, ever be happy because we're restricting our own self. We're restricting our lives. We're restricting our power. So how can we be happy? We're only living a small portion, 40% of who we are, when really we're not living 100% because we want to fit into someone else's idea of what they think we should be, because maybe that's how we're going to get love. That is a falsehood. That does not happen. And that is fear-based. We're afraid. Afraid is fear-based. FEAR, false ego appearing real. So get away from that ego. Step right. And I'm not. You can have a healthy ego or a not healthy ego. And not healthy ego is trying to do what everybody else wants, trying to please others, getting to that situation of I have to please these people. I want to be loved. That's a vicious cycle because it'll never happen. And what you do is you set up then patterns, or you look for ways that you can be loved by helping others, getting into doing things really just to get love back. And the truth is, you should just do it because you love to do it. You love yourself and you have a good time. So, example of that, this weekend I went to a party. I was invited to a party by a friend I just met 2 weeks ago, a doctor friend who I found out he looked familiar to me and I looked familiar to him, and I went to his office for a new doctor. I was looking for a new doctor down here. And he looked at me and I looked at him and I was like, well, you look very familiar. And he goes, you do too. And I said, I know you. He goes, I know you. And it was like a soul connection that we shared. When you meet somebody and it's a soul connection, you've known them before. And we got talking. We had these very similar aspects about, or outlook, I should say, about life, about spirituality. And he knew Louise Hay. He was Louise Hay's doctor and worked with her all the time. And he hadn't heard of me. And I gave him some books of mine and we become very good friends. And he's just about integrative medicine, which we're going to work on together to change medically things that are going on as far as people getting evaluated medically and so forth, and bringing more of an integrated aspect to it. But that aside, he had a party this weekend, went to his place, was by the ocean, small place, backyard, great people. And it was just, I had the best, I didn't know anyone. And I had a great time. I had a margarita, which is rare. And that was it, in water. And everybody was really friendly. And some people come up and said, oh, I recognize you. Thank you for doing your work and so forth. And I thought, wow, this is great. And there was music was great. And it was great to dance. It was great to get outside and express myself. And I was there. And people said, this is so much. Thank you. Thank you. And everyone was so kind. And later I found out that all the people in the dance that were there at this party were energy workers. All energy workers of one side, one sort of another. And it was just pretty cool being with your tribe. And everybody's so open-minded. And God, everyone's like, it was great. It was great to be with people who surrendered, to love who they are, to express who they are. It was just wonderful. And no judgments. It was just great. So maybe you can learn from that, or try that in your own life at a small level. Maybe not huge, but try that. Try a day with no judgment. Try a day with loving yourself more than anybody else could. I guarantee you'll make a difference. And meditation is so important in that. And there are different types of meditation. I'll talk about that tonight. But I have a free meditation in my school, the JP School of Mystical Arts, And Renee, I'll throw that up there. Oh, there it is right there. So I do a clearing energy meditation at the school. So that's for free to see what that's like. But there are different types of meditation. I'm going to talk about that this evening. But meditation is also a sense of just focusing on yourself, is just becoming aware of you, of it, of the soul self, and letting go and releasing. That's what and there are different types of way of getting into that space. And we can call it an altered state of consciousness. That's fine. That's a form of meditation. Well, different types of meditation. Reading a book is a form of meditation. Watering the garden, watching a movie. It's really where you would just step back, if you will. So the focus. So tonight I'll do that. The art of meditation. It's really important to get into that space of, with meditation, there's a letting go, there's a surrendering to it. There's also a receiving, a sense of receptivity. And you get in that space when you're not overthinking things, overanalyzing things, over-criticizing things, being in judgment. It's hard to be in your true self when you're in that space of the headspace of judgment, left brain, analytical, critical. So through meditation, I have found that it's good to get back into your heart space. So I always say head to heart, getting back to this heart space of love. That's where the soul is, tucked neatly behind the heart. That's where the soul lives. It's actually a seed. I wrote this. I wrote in the book Reaching to Heaven. I wrote about this. I thought it was called zygote, which is cell, but it's another name for it. It's a soul seed, and it sits in the soul, in the heart, and it's a seed which is with us for life, through lifetimes and lifetimes, through many, all of our lifetimes. It's that part of ourselves. We can say it's the creative seed, whatever we want to talk about. But when we can get back into that heart space and our true selves, and really don't limit ourselves and don't give away our power. What other people think of you is none of your business. Then we're home. Then we're back to our center self. And things are much clearer. Our focus is much easier. We're able to acknowledge who we are, what we're here to do, and who is supporting us in our life and who is not supporting us. And it's time to let go and release those that are not supporting you. It's really important because you don't want to waste your time here on this earth. It's a very short time here. 70, 80, 90 years, very short. I'm 62. And I was talking to my friend Kelly today, my yoga instructor. I said, wow, time is so quick in this linear world, this illusion world of time. But it's a very quick thing. So a quick concept. It goes really quick. So take each day and live each moment in a sense of support of yourself and loving yourself. And even when no one else could, or maybe they should, maybe that's in your head, a pattern of they should love me. They're my partner, or they're my parents, or they're my child. They should love me. Well, they should. But you know what? Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Maybe they're not aware of loving themselves. So how can they love you if they don't love themselves? You never know what's behind somebody. But you can live by example, by loving yourself. Don't force it on someone else. Just start loving yourself. Okay. Questions. Here we go. Oh, you're welcome, Tony. Nice to see you again. Old Dog says, I find that playing Tibetan monks chanting at the 417 hertz chimes, which is about love, 417, right? Helps occupy my monkey brain. That's right. While I try and calm myself and meditate. Your breathing exercises have improved while using this method. Right. So, Old Dog, that's a good one because when we start meditating, again, I'll talk about this tonight, the monkey mind, which are these random thoughts that come in. And just like, oh, my mind is going to, what should I have for dinner? Or should I have a salad? Or what should I? And I go, oh, I'm not absolutely meditating. And you're going to have that. That's fine. It's like being in a boat in a lake, and the waves come in. And there'll always be waves, but it's just to acknowledge it and then let it go. So with those monkey mind, those thoughts that come in, with at least 20,000 thoughts a day, you're going to have that. But don't give it power. Just acknowledge it, observe it, and then, okay. And then go back to the breath. Go back to the breath. Breathe into your feet. Just go back. Ride the breath, I call it. Just riding the breath. That will really help with the monkey mind. And 417 megahertz, very good. Okay. Dharma's love. Water meditation helps me so much. Do you use other tools, elements to assist you? Well, water meditation, Dharma, I do a lot of water meditation in that. And sometimes I do it in the pool. I try to swim in a pool and do that. But I will use a lot of visual with water. I do a waterfall meditation, which is a really lovely one. It's called the Heavens Rainbow Meditation. And meditation is, if you will, it's focused awareness. basically. That's really meditation is focused awareness. And I usually will envision this beautiful waterfall from heaven with different colors streaming through me and around me and surrounding every cell, every muscle, every fiber with the different colored lights, with the different elements of water. Water cleanses things away. So I'll be aware of the red light, which is cleansing anything I'm holding on to, any fears about insecurity, about not being grounded, about not being true to myself. And then I'll be aware of that, and I become aware of the color. I then try to become aware of the warmth of the color, the physicality of that color, if you will, or what I perceive as that, as a feel. And I'm not going to judge it, but say, I should feel it this way, that way. No, I'm just going to see whatever I feel is fine. It is what it is, and that's all that it is. So that, and they go through each one, the orange, what does that feel like? And it's interesting when you do that because, again, when you don't resist, whatever you resist persists. Whatever you resist persists. It's very true. So if you're trying to get, it'll keep on because you're resisting it, so it builds up. So you don't want to do that. So the water meditation is great, which release those different aspects in the body, in the energetic system, to the chakra points. So I do red and orange and yellow and green. And I just become more aware of the color. And as it's cleansing me, the thought, of course, is healing. I'm healing in that. I'm healing in that light. That water is coming in and setting the intention before the meditation. So letting that water just cleanse me and cleanse me thoroughly through and around me. And it's fantastic. When you do it over and over again, and it becomes a ritual, I love rituals, it really, really helps you, centers you, grounds you, puts you in the moment. So I do that. I do that a lot. In the morning when I wake up, I do a water meditation. When I take a shower, you've got to heard this before probably, and that's a beautiful white golden light coming from the shower spray. After I clean the physical body, then I go to the spirit body or energetic body, and I'll imagine a golden white light coming through me and around me. Same idea, but I have the intention that it cleanses away any toxins, any negative thought forms for myself or other people's energy that's on me, any limited consciousness, and I open up my senses to be more aware to my soul self being lit up. And then I end that by saying, may God go before me and show me the way. Because God is the highest vibrational frequency. The word God and the word love, same vibrational frequency. And I'm putting out that intention in that space, that vibration, that frequency is all around me. And remember the universal law of like attracts like. So what will attract you is that higher vibration of love and God-like energy. That energy will come to you. Everything else will slough off. The more you do it, the stronger you get. Trust me. Okay. So Kawashi, so why would you think you need protection? Why do you think you need protection? So that's a resistance right there. You're resisting something. I don't know what you protect yourself from. So I don't believe in evil. I don't believe in that. I think it's a human concept. I think if you constantly bring yourself in a loving space, that's what it's about. So you have to let go of that preconceived idea or notion of evil or fear. So it's fear. When you enter in that fear space, you're resisting, right? You're resisting. And that will persist. What you resist persists. Okay. Kathy Strout, when do we choose to come back? Thinking about another life and challenges is overwhelming. I guess, Kathy, overwhelming. But remember, Kathy, that the hardest energy, the hardest lessons that we learn, the ones that we grow from the most, and they might seem very, very difficult, and they are difficult. They're hard ones. Just like I think losing a child in this physical was really one of the hardest ones. But a lot of things are hard. You have suicide, divorce. It's very hard places, this school. But as I said, Kathy, it's all about perception. So you step back and again, let go and release. Resistance. Don't have resistance. What you resist persists. Let go and say, wow, I'm really learning. What am I learning from this experience here with my family? Wow. What am I learning? And don't let the ego get involved. Step back and observe. Observation is the key. What am I learning? Wow, that person's behaving in that way and that person's behaving that way. Okay, that's their trip. That's their thing. They want to do. That's for them. Doesn't involve me. But I have to have boundaries. If it doesn't involve me, I'll set boundaries if I have to. And by the way, I've done that in the past 2 months. I've let go of 3 or 4 friends or thought were friends. But I just let go of someone about 10 minutes before I got the call here who was not being honest in a way, then in a different type of way. But you can't do that. If they're not there to support you, bye-bye. Life's too short. So we do choose lifetimes. We choose lifetimes we'll grow from the most. And we grow from those what we perceive as most difficult situations because it almost, I like to say, squeezes the soul to really go within and find out what is this about. So my help for you is stop, breathe, observe, breathing, meditation. Come on the show tonight and watch what I talk about. Because it's important that you are in control of the sense here. When you're in center and you're empowered, you look at the world around you in a very different way. Very different way. Okay. I'll look at it more later. Thanks, Kathy. Sonia Scheckler. How do you try so hard not to say anything when someone is being rude to you? And how do you not get angry about it? Well, sweetheart, that's a great, Sonia. So those are lessons. That's a challenge. Woo-hoo! Love challenges. I look out for them sometimes, like in shopping centers, whatever. And it was so funny because I go around saying fun stuff. People are like, he's just so funny. I'd rather do that than being rude. If someone's rude to you, you stop, breathe. Don't take it personally now because obviously they're going through something, but they're projecting on you. So you got to be careful with that because you're not going to take their crap. Don't take it. Not yours, it's theirs. Not your monkey, right? So not your circus. So you stop and you set boundaries. Say, excuse me, that's not right for me. I don't appreciate the way you spoke to me. I really don't appreciate that. I don't like that. Can you please change your tone? And if they don't like it, they must say, oh, screw you. It's like, goodbye. And you can't be angry about it because, honey, Sonia, I'm going to tell you this. Kelly White told me this years ago. Everybody's on a different level of awareness. So that person that was rude and you're taking it angry, why? Because then they're going to really get to you. Then they're really taking your energy away because you're jumping into the anger. You're attaching an emotion to that behavior. No. That's theirs. Don't make it yours by being angry. Hello. Neutralize it. That's wow. It's like watching a show. It's like being in a theater and watching a scene go on. And that's what life is about. It's watching these scenarios happen. It's like, wow, how could that person do that? Wow. Maybe they don't know any better. And that's really what it was. Kelly White talked about awareness with people. They don't know any better. They don't know that's not the right way to behave. But you can certainly say, I do not appreciate that way of behavior. That wasn't kind. Now, personally speaking, I personally am finding, maybe because I'm old, but I don't think so. I think things are changing, and the younger generations and I call it the device generation coming up, or sometimes I call them spineless, walking spinal cords, because there's no empathy, and kids in their 20s, whatever, they're wired differently for whatever reason. They come back that way. But I have found some of them, even in stores, by working on me. And when I was at AT&T, can I help you? Yes. And I was talking, and he wouldn't even look at me. And at one point I said, excuse me, would you look at me in the eyes? Why? I said, because I want to see you. And he didn't know any better. I said, and I explained it in a very nice way. When you have a customer here and you're in a service business, you need to serve. And by serving, it's a wonderful thing to be of service to someone. And it was almost like the kid was in his head, not in his heart. And that generation of these device people who are raised on devices, a lot of them, there's not a lot of empathy. There's heady, but there's no heart. So I've run into a lot of that, and I don't get mad about it. I just stop and I just inform or help to educate. And sometimes they take it, and sometimes they have no sense of it, and they don't want to. And that's fine too. But at least I want to leave an imprint to help them in some way. So try that, Sonia. Try this. Look at it as fun. Bel Air, London. Hi, Bill. I remember from last time. How long after passing does it take to reincarnate? Does everyone reincarnate or some must transcend? Well, it's interesting, Bel Air, because right now, as you're sitting here, you're probably on many different levels. So remember that as a soul, only about 30% is in the body, 70% is outside the body on different levels, having in different dimensions, having different experiences, might be in different lifetimes, right? You're only aware of this three-dimensional part of yourself. But this is a small part. It's like the big toe to the soul. So the personality that you have this lifetime right now, if you will, that you're experiencing, you'll be experiencing with a soul group, which you have a soul family, friends, your soul group. And all your toes, right, have come back as a foot, right? Get that? Sorry. Different toes, but it makes one foot. It's a good joke. So you've come back to learn in different ways, learn as a group, soul group. And one by one, when someone has finished one lesson or one class, or they have to graduate, they graduate and go home. And on the other side of life, with the dimension, this group will wait till everybody is there, if you can see that, and will tend to reincarnate, if you will, as a group again when the time is right, when the time is the optimum growth time for each soul. Again, hard to completely put our minds around it because we're in a three-dimensional vibration, but we're talking here like a sixth dimension or seventh dimension. So the law is a little different. But the thing most important to remember is no one ever dies alone and no one ever leaves. Everyone will come back together again. And they support each other until everybody's back there. It's almost like, again, the scenario or the analogy I like to use is a stage production. So you'll be the actor on the stage, but then when you're done, you might go backstage and become a stagehand, right? And support from the backstage for that scenario to continue with your group. So that happens a lot. Good to see you, Bel Air. Jenny. Hi, Jenny Do. What do you recommend if it's really hard to shake the feeling of unworthiness? Okay, Jenny, I'm going to share with you and everybody here that I want you to go on my site, the school, because there's a course that we created, called the 28-Day Transformation Course. So the 28-Day, oh, there it is right there when I put it up. The 28-Day Transformation. It's a great, great course. And what it is it's an everyday, for 15 minutes a day, I guide you through various insights, meditations, recommendations, exercises. You go back to your childhood. And it's done in a very gentle way. And it's got to be done. You've got to make a commitment. And the commitment is that you do this every day for 28 days. Because when the spirit beings gave me this, my team came through and gave me this course. Because all of the courses in my school are channeled. They're all from the spirit world. I was just a vessel listening. So I'd sit there with my pad and my pen and go, okay. And they said, James, yes. And it was my English guide came through with it. It was an Englishman, Henry, that I've had for a while. He said, we put this together for your people. I said, okay, what is it? It's a, he didn't call it a course. He called it, I don't know what he called it. Some insight, or inside. I forget that term that they used. This man Harry, and he said, "This is a place for people to go who don't feel they are worth anything, who feel that they have not been loved, who need to understand who they truly are, not what they think they are, but who they are." And it's like who they are. So I started giving these everyday lessons and exercises, and it was really important. And they pushed so strongly. This is a progressive course, a progressive course. And I said, meaning? They get very like, huh? I said, they have to do this every day because the progressive course builds on what they've experienced the day before. So it's one, then other, and then, because you can't get an insight over here if you haven't done the groundwork here. So I did the course. I just did it again 2 months ago, and it was like, it blew me away. I did it 2 years ago, and like a couple months ago, I did it again. And it was a whole different experience. But that is the best course for that. And people from all around the world have emailed me. You see me at demonstrations, come up to me at book signings, say, I took that 28-day transformation course. That changed my life. So that is what I say to you and everybody here who wants to go through the experience. But again, take it seriously. Don't take it if you're not going to commit to 28 days. Don't take that then. Do something with meditation. Do something else. But that's a very strong course to get you back to that sense of self and let go of all that doesn't feed you. Okay, so that'll help. Gina Marie Goodwin, what is your advice on knowing when it's intuition or when it's your own projection in regard to a certain person in my life? Well, I'm aware of intuition as no charge, but what if that intuitive thought causes a negative feeling? How can I trip up less on this? Well, Gina, it sounds like you're letting your head get in the way. So it sounds like you're letting the rational mind get in the way of the heart. So again, Gina, taking the responsibility to meditate, slow down, bring yourself back to the heart space, whether through breathing, meditation. Again, you'd be a perfect person for tonight's show. Please watch it tonight on the Both Sides Now and Beyond, because it's all about, I'm going to be talking all about the values of meditations, how to get away from the head into the heart. How do you know the difference between you're in your head, you're in your heart? Exactly what you're asking me. And then I'm going to do an expansive meditation to let go of resistance. So definitely tonight. One thing I want to tell everybody is spirituality in itself is something which you have to develop a sense of beingness. You can't rush it. You can't rush it. You can't have okay, I need to take a pill, it's better. Doesn't work like that. It's an interesting, incredible journey if you take it slow and you become aware of how things are changing, how your thoughts are changing, how the frequency around you, the energy, what energy is, what energy feels like. What does energy feel like when someone else walks into a room? What does energy feel like when you look out a window? What does energy like when you look at a crystal? These sorts of things, these insights really help to guide us. And when do you get that sense of self, centering yourself, and you know yourself, so the own self be true, you will know your own energy. You will know what's right for you. You will know the right choices you should make because your intuition, your soul self, is giving you that signal of right or wrong, red or green. I've developed it. It's our GPS for the soul. That's what it is. We're all born with a sixth sense. But when you rationalize and the analytical brain gets there, the left side of the brain, you analyze, then you're not listening to your intuition. Then it becomes desire, then it becomes kind of emotion, then the human ego gets in the way. So slow down and get into your intuitive self, your soul self. Listen to your soul self. Okay. I'm sorry I keep on going on it, but it's like it really is strong that you guys listen to that. Lisa Sanchez. I love that photo of you, Lisa, but I love a smile. You're so pretty. You look so serious. Is it okay to meditate without seeing anything but different light? I can follow guided meditations for some reason when they can imagine a door, etc. It's hard for me to do that. Lisa, it's fine. Whatever you experience, you experience. Every single person is different. So through a meditative experience, you'll know things, see things, feel things, acknowledge things very different than anybody else. That's what's the greatest part of being Lisa Sanchez. Lisa Sanchez. She's going to experience it different than Patty O'Toole, than James Red Prague. Everybody's different. So don't set yourself up. I got to see the door. I got to feel the green color. It's a suggestion. So when you go into meditation like that, like even tonight, I'll be suggesting things. You don't have to see a door. What do you feel like when I say a door? To you, you might feel an opening. There might be a portal. There might be some kind of a light. Whatever it is for you. So don't beat yourself up on that one. And that's true for everybody. Don't beat yourself up. It's merely suggestions. The most important meditation is the breath, breathing in and breathing out. And if that's all you do with meditation and you fall asleep, that's fine. Because some people do that. They say, yeah, I fell asleep during meditation. I'm like, cool. On some level, you got it. Maybe not the physical level, you remember conscious level, but there are many levels to us. You got it where you needed it. Okay. ACN. I don't know what that means. Acronym. It's cute. I'd love to know what it means, though. I feel very drawn to crystals. Yes, so crystals are a generator of energy, a conductor of energy. That's what that is. It's about them, how to use them. Again, I don't. There's a great book called The Crystal Bible, which is one of the best books I've ever read on crystals. I don't know enough about them to tell you. All I know is amethyst is good for the pineal gland. Pink is for the heart chakra, but I don't know enough about it that I feel really comfortable telling you details. So the Bible, the Crystal Bible, is the best that I've found. Oh, Renee Hansel, hi, sweetheart. I remember you. Yes. Is there a difference in the space of stillness, surrender, and being in meditation? It's just terminology. So meditation is focus, right? It's an awareness of your focused awareness, I guess you'd say. So it doesn't matter what you do, that's all it is. So whether you're surrendering stillness, surrendering in your space, just being, that's being. Same thing. So don't get caught up with the labels. It's that focused awareness. And I like the term just be. Just be. I love it. Just be. And he's like, just be. Like, well, how can you speak? Well, just be. Again, whatever experience, don't judge anything. Just be. Then maybe sometimes get your breath, then the heartbeat. Try to listen to your heartbeat. Again, it's turning the inward. However we can do that. I do that all the time with them. Gardening, looking at flowers, going to walk in the woods, painting, looking at paintings, so reading books. Thanks, sweetheart. So Lokman, I love freestyle meditation. My problem is interpreting abstract visions that don't always make sense until much later. I wouldn't worry so much about it. Stop worrying so much because you're resisting. Here we go back to resistance. So you're resisting that. So just, you know what? You're going to have some visions that might be some weird, strange stuff. I mean, I do all the time with that. It doesn't always have to mean something. It could be symbolic. It could be, it doesn't matter. It's how do you feel? We should get into more of that. How does your heart feel? And you might see visions that later. Don't overthink it, my love. Don't overthink it. That's a really important thing that we know. Don't overthink it. Okay. Yes, Jenna, the show is live tonight on Facebook. Yes, it is. Yes, 6 o'clock Pacific time. Ashley Cloud, Rector. I've been trying to connect with my guides during meditation. Again, now. Okay, Ashley. I was told yesterday my guides are galactic guides. Yes. Can you elaborate on what that means? Is that why I can't connect in meditation? So I have in the school, again, a guided meditation to find your guides. I've written a book about it, Wisdom of Your Guides. I have cards about it. You can do a meditation just on my site that's just directed for guides, kind of get in touch with them. It's setting up that intention. Now, you have to set up the intention and then let it go. You can't be thinking about it all the time. So it's very simple to get in touch with your guides. And I love that, galactic guides. Yeah, there are guides that are from the sphere, many different spheres around, Pleiades and all different solar systems, star systems, without a doubt. Because, you know, a lot of us are not from this space either. You know, we're just aware of the toe, the big toe part. But there's so much more to us. So, again, it's all about energy. It's what do you feel from the guides? What do you feel? So if you can sit and just breathe and just ask a guide, whoever it might be, just to come into your space and let you feel an energy, that's a great way to start. Just start simple. Don't overthink it. Okay. Diana, thanks for helping. You're welcome. Lisa Maleficent. I see signs all the time. Dimes, numbers, sequence, butterflies. How do I know who is that trying to communicate with me? What are they trying to tell me? Well, Lisa, did you take the time to, once you see a dime, just breathe? You know, I always say breathe in 3 times. Breathing in, letting go. Breathing in, let it go. Breathing in, let it go. You know, you see the dime. Who's sending me that dime? And listen with your mind for someone to drop a thought of who they are, and it's fast. And they'll drop a sense of you see a face, you'll get a feeling, you get a knowingness. That's the first one. If you let it sit, then other things will come in. Your mind's getting in the way, and it's going to break. But just go with the first thought you get at that time. Okay. Renee Hansel says, I love your messages from the guides cards. Yes, those are pretty good too. I should get that for you guys today. For you guys, I'll do that. Hold on. Yes. Messages from your guides. Okay. I'll do a card pull in 1 second. Arlene Dever, after becoming spirit, you can appear at any age. The spirit was sharing their childhood state. Yes, it's very true. You can. It's very right. Okay. Now, one more question, Renee, and then we'll go on. I'll pull some cards. Okay. You're so funny, Renee. I was just looking at this when you put it up. We just connect on that level. That's so funny. So Renee's back there pulling out these questions, and I was looking at that one for Christine. I'm like, maybe that one, and then he put it up. Christine, what advice would you offer to a friend or family member of a person who in the last 18 months has lost their spouse? Happens every day around me. Their sibling lost their spouse, their sibling, and have been diagnosed with a life-altering disease. Both parties have read your books. The friend for them members are trying to be encouraging, but have not navigated anything like this. Wow. So it's a big one, big lessons being learned left and right. So number one, this is a major, major time, as you've heard before from us, me and Kelly White. It's a transformation time. It's been a transformative time for 2 years, obviously, in COVID in that, but that happened because it's a transformative time for the planet. There is no death, so we know that. Each person is different. The one who lost a spouse, I told say, they know that they are around you, of course. And the same thing with a sibling. It's actually right now a time for a lot of souls leaving, a lot of souls coming in, a lot of souls leaving. God, you're talking to me who's not afraid of death at all. I have no fear of death whatsoever. Part of life. It's the best part of life, I think. But you got to live while you're here. And I would just say, if someone's facing a terminal illness, do an assessment of their life and make sure that they've done everything they've wanted to do. And I say it to people here all the time: if tomorrow was your last day on this earth, what would you do today? So if there's someone you need to forgive, you do not want to bring over anything from this life that could be forgiven, or an addiction, or some words that were not said or expressed. You don't want to leave that be done when you passed over. It's easier here. So even if someone who hurt you years ago, take the high road, forgive them, send them love. Love is the answer. And I just assure them not to be afraid. Love is all around you. And there is no death. It's just transformation. We die every night we go to sleep. We're not aware of it consciously, but your soul leaves the body every night unconsciously. But when your death is just you're consciously leaving the body. I've done it. It's no big deal. It's really no big deal. I had a near-death experience, and it was no big deal. I remember I was out of the body, like, gliding out. We've done it millions of times, all of us. And I remember coming back in the body, and I'd hit my head, and I'd fallen down with blood everywhere. And a friend of mine said, James, wake up. And I'm like looking up. Wake up. And I remember my pain in my head was terrible. And I was like, oh. And I was back in the physical body. And I remember saying, dying is easy, living is hard. So a soul has been through many, many lifetimes. Okay. So please join me tonight for the show, Both Sides Now and Beyond. And also please go to the my vampire.com for an energy clearing meditation. And 28-day transformation, really important. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a card reading here from the guides. So in here is a book I have, Messages and Guides. And it talks all in detail about, again, this is channeled, all the different cards and what they mean in a thorough expression. So what I'm going to do is, we're going to do a collective read here. So there's a collective for everybody here in this space. I just saw Michael the Archangel. That's nice. So Michael the Archangel. Isn't that interesting? Wow. Michael the Archangel. I'm seeing biblical figures here too. That's nice. That's interesting, huh? Okay. Is there someone here called Christina or Christine on the call in the comments? A Christina? No. Renee, try to find a Christina. Okay. Christine Gray. There you go. Hi, Christine Gray. There's someone in spirit wants to hello to Christine Gray. So there's a lady here saying hi to you. And a man next to her. So I'm just gotta share that. All right. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just keep shuffling now until I see someone. The first person that says stop that I see, I'm gonna pull a card. Okay. So whenever you think I should stop, just put stop. Stop. Okay. So that. Okay. I'm going to pull one card. It's not for you, Cynthia. It's for our group. It's one card. I'm told 3 cards. So I'm going to do it again. For our guides, for this group here, for everybody here, we ask for an intention, for enlightening everybody here, taking away resistance. What we resist persists. Okay. Stop. Okay. I feel this one. All right. And now one more. Hold on. Close my eyes and ask for it. Again, dear guides, here are everyone in this group that are watching this right now, or even at a later date, that these will help them. Let's see. Anna said stop. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Okay. Let's see what cards we got. First card is, your beliefs are right for you. So stop trying to live anybody else's life. Be true to yourself. Second card is, express your feelings. That goes also with that question I just answered. Be true to yourself. Tell the person everything you want to tell them. Express your feelings to people. Set boundaries for people if you need to. Don't take other people's energy on. You're not right. Thank you. Their last one is, inspire others. Be the light that you want them to be. You are everybody on your, I tell you this, I love this. People that come on your path every day, as a student or a teacher, it is up to you to inspire. Inspire means in spirit, inspiration. So remind people that they are God, you are God, and acknowledge them with a God light. Be kind, be loving. And that's what inspiration is. So thank you, everybody, for being here today. Thank you, Renee. And I look forward to everybody coming tonight at 6 o'clock to watch Both Sides Now and Beyond and talk about the art of meditation, different ways of meditation, and to experience an expansive meditation. Remember, let go of resistance, because what you resist persists. Okay, bye-bye.